Hello and welcome to Scarf and Shadow. I'm your host Scarfman, and sorry I didn't have any videos last week. I had a project two projects which came up, which I had to focus on instead of making videos. So now, in order to continue on with the theme of Green Lanterns, I have a few other Lantern Corps that I will be willing to present. And now I'm going to quickly pull up the oath for the one I'm going to present. And here it is. Okay. And now, if you know what it is just by me telling you the oath, congratulations, you've been reading way too many comics like I have. Although there's no such thing as too many. Okay. In Blackest day and Brightest night, beware your fears made into light. Let those who try to stop what's right burn like my power, Sinestro's might. Okay, honestly, that one's a bit more obvious than some of the other cores. Albeit, every other core at least mentions their emotional spectrum and as well as or what they're obsessed with. Well, for those of you that guess Sinestro Corp, which is the core of fear, you are right. They're the yellow guys. And now I'm just going to go through number 3, which is all the way to the highest numbered one that I have. Now we'll start with the Sinestro Corp recruit. Yep, I believe the model is based off of a character called Lo. I'm not entirely sure. Someone please tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Yeah, this guy's just a basic minion, just like the Green Lantern recruit from last video, except he gets a boost from the Sinestro Corps members. And he has, his unique emotional spectrum ability is fear. He can use perplex, but only to decrease combat values, which makes sense. Reduce one's abilities because they're afraid. Now this guy's only 50 points. He fits almost anywhere. Dies after 4 damage, but he has toughness for most of it. And he's just a hit and run guy at first, and he's then, on his last life, he's a exploiter of weaknesses. Next up is a member of the race of Tomar Ray and Tomar 2, Romat Ru. Same basic model as Tomar 2 that I have. But, as you can tell, this guy's Sinestro Corp, and he doesn't have the rock underneath him to attach a construct to. He's a ambush character, of course. He only has normal fear. I think he's my lowest Sinestro Corp costed member besides the recruit himself. And he's 77 points, so all Sinestro Corp members I have from the War of the Light series work for the Sinestro Corp recruit. Now he focuses on ambushes, running away, and shooting from a distance of 6 to be precise. 77 points. He's decent in a small team. There's much better choices out there. Like our next one of my favorites in terms of strategy, Bedovian, or Bedovian, or however you pronounce him. Now, he's a sniper, and some sort of alien pillbug thing, because you can't tell by the fact that he's in his shell the entire time. He has a unique ability starting out called Did That Rock Just Blink? When it isn't your turn and no other characters are within 2 squares of this guy, lines of fire to him are blocked. Because let's be honest, if this thing was just floating in the system and you saw it from the back, you'd think it was just a meteorite. And he's a sharpshooter, so he can just shoot no matter what. Get ranged combat. He has basic fear like late in his dial for the last 3 clicks. he's good. He has a range of 10, 115 points. No willpower at all, sadly, but this guy, prep him in the right location, and he's going to take down almost everyone. Unless someone gets up close and personal and continues to punch him in the face. But in that case, they're going to have at least a damage of 3. Well, next choice. Now, this one's a unique one of my... She's one of those characters that have multiple cores that they belong to, technically, in the game. Lysa Drac. Member of the Sinestro Corp. First. And she has one trait called Book of Parallax / Book of the Black. Because she's also part of the Black Lantern Corp for the sheer reason that she was bound to the Book of the Black. Yes. She can use probability control regardless of range or fire, or line of fire, but can only target opposing characters with it, and only when they attack a character with the keyword she possesses, like Black Lantern Corp, Monster, or Sinestro Corp, which are her 3 keywords. She's a support piece mostly. Not best for damage until she gets exploit weakness in her last 3 clicks of life. Although she does have a decent damage in clicks 2 and 3. She has sidestep at first, and her fear ability is actually unique. It's still perplex to decrease stuff, but when she does it to someone, every damage dealt to that person until your next turn is penetrating. Wait, no. Scratch that. That was wrong. Friendly characters targeting that character with an attack this turn can use Precision Strike. Okay, so it's more of a assisting your own team, which is nice. She's all her abilities, besides fear sharp as a knife, are mostly book-based. Except for Shrouded in Your Spheres, that's a different issue. And now, a Superman villain. No. It's not Cyborg Superman, even though he was one of them. It's not Superboy Prime either. Wow, a lot of Superman villains joined that. Well, it's Mongol. Take the strength of Doomsday, the intelligence of Lex Luthor, and boom, you have a very dangerous threat. Albeit he talks a bit too much. He has a trait called Throw All the Black Mercy, where when a character with a Black Mercy token would have one or more action tokens removed, remove the Black Mercy token instead. You can give him a free action and to make a close range combat attack targeting an opposing character with a Black Mercy token regardless of range or line of fire, if he hasn't already attacked that character this turn. So, not too bad. You can probably only do that once per turn. He's a physical character, although he can shoot. And like his... starting on click 2 and going through until 5, he has an ability called Black Mercy's Bite, where he can use Incapacitate, and if it's successful, he gives him a Black Mercy token, hence why his trait comes in. Very useful. He's indomitable, and his fear ability is one that I actually like. Fear. Hopeless. He has a basic fear thing, but whenever he uses it, he also reduces the attack of the target by -1. In addition to the original decreasing. Of course, he's a powerhouse, and he's 165 points, and it takes 8 clicks of damage to take him down. He has Impervious. And Indomitable, so he's willpower fueled. Piece of rage. All for fear. I think he has like 10 rings, one from every guy every Sinestro Corp member he killed. Now, next one's a 2-for-1, technically. No, it's not a duo click. She's a Carousel, animal, brute, member of the Sinestro Corp. Now, the reason why is she's a peanut base, but also this pack of hers comes off. She begins the game with it attached to her as a trait, and she can use super senses when it's attached. You can give her a power action to remove it, and it becomes a bystander token with some nice abilities it's on the back of her card as well. I'll have to show you the picture. She's mostly a hunter of sorts, slowly stalking the prey. And her fear ability, which is, yes, a lot of Sinestro Corp members have unique ones. Fear, mortified prey. She can use the same basic fear power, but whenever she uses it, she also modifies the target's speed value by -3. So don't target the speed value with her. Target something else, like their attack, and then have Mongol do the attack as well, making them -3 attack and -3 speed. So they can't run away, and they can't do much damage. Now, she's mostly she doesn't have any damage reduction powers. She does get steel energy, though. Almost every other Clix starting at Clix 3. Although she dies at Clix 7, so it's not that grand for her. And she does get Blaze/Claw/Fangs in certain points. And now, of course, the pack that's attached to her. And let's see. 3 beasts made of fear. You can use Blaze/Claw/Fangs and give them a close combat action. And you get to make up the 3 close combat attacks that turn. And if you do, you can use Blaze/Claw/Fangs during each of them. But you decrease the D6 roll by 2, minimum 1. So you can do up to 4 damage, which is only a gain with these guys. 4 damage per hit. So if you're lucky the first time, you don't have to roll it for the rest of the 3 attacks, and they do a lot of damage that way. Albeit everything can be reduced, but yeah, they also have sidestep, which is very nice to catch up with people quickly. She's only 95 points, so if you go into a 100-point match with her, you're probably going to do very well as long as you hide with her and keep on attacking with the pack. Because whenever the pack dies, they go right back to her. Now, next one's more of a, in my personal opinion, an abomination, in the storyline at least. Crib. Yep, you see all those little pink spots inside her? And the fact that she's holding 2 babies? Yeah, she kidnaps babies. And in fact, her trait is called a kidnap. Whereas you can give her a move action, and when she isn't within range and line of fire of an opposing character, and after action resolves, she may place one opposing character into an adjacent square if that character has a point value of 100 points or less and occupies a square she moved through this turn. She can make a free combat attack as a free action targeting that character afterwards. Now, her fear ability, which doesn't show up until her second click, and doesn't seem to, and it disappears around click 6, is fear, captive. She can use perplex, of course, same rules as the rest of the Sinestro Corp, but if their target has 0 action tokens and is 100 points or less, she gives that person an action token. And very few people that are 100 points or less have willpower. Yeah. It's just a normal thing. And she does have impervious at first. She's 155 points, so she's decently powerful. And she's the kind of person you can't run away from. She makes sure of it in her later clicks. Now for someone that could have gone on the Green Lantern Corp list, but since he had a fear ability instead of a will-based ability, Hal Jordan Parallax. There's also a Kyle Rayner one out there. I don't have him though. And there's other ones that I don't have, but I'm just going to do the ones I have to show you. Now, he has a trait called the Death of Coast City. After an action resolves during which a square of blocking terrain was destroyed, remove an action token from Parallax or an adjacent character that shares a keyword with him. He has the Quintessence team ability, 250 points, and he's just pure unadulterated power. He doesn't get his fear ability he dies after 9 damage, but good luck dealing it to him. He has probability control and outwit on multiple dials, not at the same time, of course. And his fear ability is fear that all your power can't bring it back. Same thing as the rest of the Sinestro Corp, but when a character with a combat value modified by him, with a combat value modified by this power, misses with an attack roll, deal 1 penetrating damage. Now, I do have one figure that can essentially counter that, but I'm not going to tell you yet. You'll have to wait until my favorite You'll have to wait until like I do a favorite villains clip. What's next? Oh yes, Sinestro himself. Now his trait is the fear ability for him, but it's called Master. He can use it to do same thing, but when he does it, he affects every combat value, or if the target has 2 action tokens, he does every value by 2. So everything goes down. And his abilities are his oath until the very last couple, and his unique ones. Like he has another unique one called Your Fear Betrays You. You can use Sidestep and give him a power action and place him adjacent to an opposing character with 2 action tokens. Which he has indomitable, so he's able to do that without much worry. And he also has a damage ability eventually called I Smell Your Fear. When he attacks a character that has a combat value reduced below his printed value, he deals penetrating damage. Doesn't have to be it. Doesn't have to be defense. Anything. It's a dick move, and I approve of it highly. Of course, I have one more. Strangely enough, he's a higher number than Sinestro. Although this Sinestro came with the Green Lantern Battle Pack, this guy was more of a prize for the War of the Light storyline, or Kilo. With a nice yellow construct going with him. He actually is he's a 170 to 100 points. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Sinestro's 252 or 160. They're one of those ones with lines. Arquilo's abilities consist of a Brawler, where he can use Charge and Flurry. Whip them into shape, literally. For once per turn, he can make a character with 2 action tokens make an action as long as they're Sinestro Corp, and they get dealt 1 unavoidable damage. Per turn, per character. Yeah. And then he also has Fear, Spreading, as his Fear ability. Yeah, same decreased combat value only thing, but friendly characters with the Sinestro Corp keyword use Perplex modify its range value by 3. So like this guy has a range of 5. When he uses Perplex, he could hit someone 8 squares away. Sinestro would be able to hit someone 11 squares away, and Beduvan would be able to hit someone 13 squares away with Perplex. But of course, this guy's he eventually gets willpower. That's why he's a bit cheaper than Sinestro, who always has it. But that's how he does it. Well, this was Scarf and Shadow. I hope you enjoyed. That was a 20-minute video, it seems. You will. Well, that was Sinestro Corp. If you have an idea what other cores you would like me to do next, please let me know in the comments, and I'll try to pick the one that I can do for that. Well, have a good one.